I am super excited. Just at this point, how far are we? Just a few hours. I think 3.5 hours away from a live webinar that I'm going to be doing on the topic of the 3 secrets to effective delegation, which is, really unpacking what delegation is all about and specifically addressing 3 particular secrets that are critical for people to understand not only what they are, but how to ensure that you are successful in addressing these issues. Because oftentimes leaders are unsure. They don't really know exactly how to approach the whole topic of delegation. They're struggling with certain fundamental questions, things like how do I delegate when I don't have time, or I don't have the right people, or why delegate at all? It's just going to take so much time to do, this kind of thing. And I'm here to unpack that all with you. So let me go through the secrets with you one by one. Secret number one is why leaders must delegate and why most don't. I kind of alluded to that a moment ago. Number two, what leaders should delegate and what they shouldn't. And number three, how to delegate even if you don't have someone to delegate to. And I bet that in those 3 secrets that I just mentioned, I've hit on, let's call it, many of your questions right off the bat, right? Because these are things that we think about all the time. We want to know, um, how do I address these issues? These are real issues. These are real concerns. And honestly, if I don't address them, or if we don't address them, then we're going to continue to do what we've been doing all along, which is which kind of like run ourselves to the ground because we just to do too much by ourselves. We don't empower our people. We don't know how. We are afraid to ask. All the challenges associated with delegation. So I would love for folks to weigh in with questions. I would love to hear what are some of the issues that you have top of mind in your concerns. And what's really exciting about it is that I have quite a few people already signed up. Over 35 people have registered for the webinar so far. I'm hopeful that more will soon. I'm going to see if I can drop into the chat over here. Let's see. We're going to put the registration link into the chat for folks to see that, and would love to see as many people register as possible, because this is the kind of thing that I'm not going to be doing very often. In fact, I'm only doing it once. And in full transparency, it's a lead up to something I'm going to be doing that's a paid opportunity, but really a very, very powerful, in-depth opportunity that only is going to be available to people who are part of the webinar or demonstrate real capacity to dive into delegation in a meaningful sense and to get more done, not only in terms of your skill set, but also your willingness, right? Because part of it is a mindset, there's no question about it. And part of it is things that we need to do differently if we're going to produce meaningful results. So that's the kind of person I want to have this conversation with. These are the individuals it's important for me to be able to, to discuss these items with. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if anybody has any questions or thoughts or feedback or things like that they want to ask here in order to, um, you know, clarify the topic, so to speak, or make it a little bit more relevant for you. So those are some of the things. Let's see if I can even share some of my content here. Not sure if I have the ability to do that. Let me try this one and see what it gives me. No, that doesn't help. Okay. I guess it would only be relevant if I have somebody else with me on the call. So those are some of the main things we're going to be discussing. And we're going to talk about, how do you determine how well you delegate currently? How do you track your delegation? How do you track to make sure that the person who's you delegate to is the right person, as well as that they're doing it the correct way? We're going to talk about all that stuff. Anyway, so that's kind of where we are at the moment. I would love to get your thoughts on the matter, and maybe we'll continue the conversation in the comments wherever you're seeing this content. So definitely hit me up with any questions you might have. I'll be checking and looking to see if there's anything you'd like to discuss. And of course, we'll be responding to you. We are starting this at 1 o'clock Eastern. It's running from 1 until 2:15, 10 until 11:15 a.m. Pacific time. Wherever you are, would love to see you. And if you can't make it, but you do register nonetheless, you will still get a copy of the recording, and you will also get those special offers that I'm going to be making on this call. Anyway, that is it for now. So I'm going to wrap things up here. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Any questions you have, hit me up, like I said, in the comments, and I'll get right back with you. Okay, make it a productive day. Hopefully, I will see you on